I have been absent as fuck this year, which you guys might have noticed. And I have a reason for that I want to get into before the video starts. If you want to skip it, go here. But don't skip it because I need the watch time. I've been taking a lot of time to myself this year to just do Dan things. Work on becoming a better person. Work on actually doing things that I never got a chance to do because I spent so much time focusing on making videos. And plus I'm moving soon. All of this, it's going away. Fuck. Goodbye weird brown wall. Goodbye futon. Goodbye ceiling that has a hole in it. Fucking hate that thing. So with all that taken into consideration, that's why this year has only seen this many videos. Don't count on much more until I'm there. That's all I wanted to say. Enjoy the rest of the video. Welcome back to The Real Dan the Man, a show taking the next 10 minutes to pretend I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Remember earlier this year when everyone's favorite bisexual awakening, Markiplier, dropped a massive bombshell on the platform? No, not his OnlyFans announcement. Not in space, either. Come on, people. It's like you didn't even read the title. No, earlier this year, in arguably the biggest Chad move yet, Markiplier uploaded a Smash or Pass video on every Pokemon to date, refused to elaborate further, and left.
Would this make me a furry if I said Smash? That would definitely make me a furry. Pass.
Yeah, Mark. Definitely not a furry. And definitely not a masochist.
I want a woman that could crush my head in between her thighs.
Now, of course, because the internet is extremely predictable, everyone and their cat did a Smash or Pass to capitalize on the hype. Now, I won't pretend I wouldn't have done the same thing, but I didn't because producing videos in a timely manner for me is like asking a hamster to do your math homework. Leave the little guy alone. He's doing hamster things like eating, sleeping, running in place on a wheel, and playing GTA 5 until 4 in the morning. I mean, what? But of all people who use the hype for monetary gain, MatPat took his approach in the most MatPat way possible, by scientifically proving which Pokemon Markiplier should want to fuck the most. I fucking love him. By using data, common trends, known facts about Mark and his personality, and other weird niche information he could scrounge up from his obsessive deep dive into Markiplier's sexual interests, he was able to determine not only which already existing Pokemon was perfect for Mark, but also managed to use his data to build a Pokemon OC specifically with the sole purpose of making Markiplier feel something down under. Tickle his fancy, if you know what I mean. Get his gears a-grinding. You know, the old wink nudge. He wanted to make his dick hard. There are a lot of Pokemon, and Mark went over all of them. That's enough data on one guy's sex drive to make 2 15-minute videos, and MatPat is the only lunatic I know who's deranged enough to follow through with that. The only other guy that crazy spends his every waking moment schizophrenically articulating every reason he can find on why Mort from Madagascar is actually the Grim Reaper. By looking at all the smashed Pokemon, everything they had in common, and every mannerism Mark displayed throughout, ranging from this
Smash.
to this,
Smash.
Matt found that Mark has a thing for sharp, pointy edges, tall feminine figures with seductive eyes, and the color purple, just to name a few. Looking back, that sounds like a lot of research for something everyone already knew. But that's just a theory! Okay! Using all the common traits in what was deemed fuckable, he presented Mark with this.
Markiplier's perfect Pokemon. I have to say, no matter what Mark thinks, I think this turned out great. You keep your leering male gaze elsewhere, my friend. I love this design. Now
Pass.
He passed all of that and he passed. So MatPat tried it again. And this second attempt has something particularly interesting about it, because not only did MatPat make an entirely new Pokemon with it,
Markiplier's new perfect Pokemon. It's beautiful. Mark, if you are not into this one, then I know you must be trolling me at this point.
but there was also this.
Knowing everything that I know about Mark, I made what I guarantee to be his perfect, irresistible Pokemon. Just try to pass on this one.
This abomination. Right here. And you know what happened?
Hold on. Smash. Well done. Vast improvement.
It worked. But not in a way that anyone could have seen coming. And that leaves me with the question, why in the fuck would that have been the outcome? And I think I figured it out. Or more specifically, a comment figured it out for me.
MatPat mashes random traits from the Pokemon Mark smashed without thinking about aesthetics or overall feel of the individual Pokemon. Mark stares. MatPat makes a hyperfemi yet intimidating Pokemon without giving a shit about how it actually turns out. Mark, almost. Let me finish it for you.
This comment sums it up perfectly. Matt took data points and data points alone into consideration when making the design. Granted, they did go through a decent number of drafts when deciding on the final design, but when your basis is entirely on information, that can only take you so far. And Matt even admits that in his video.
You see, this whole time we've been relying on the data, but maybe that's the real problem here. Maybe the moral of the story is that data can't always solve everything. That some things just can't be quantified. That sometimes you need a bit of the human touch. It's actually something that I talked about over on Film Theory in our episode Trying to Save Netflix. Just like algorithms can't form the perfect show, so too can algorithms not design the most smashable Pokemon.
He already knew. And it wasn't until he wiped the slate completely clean and started from scratch with his own ideas of what might work, bringing us this carelessly packaged wreck of an edit, that he came remotely close to what actually worked. All it took was him going about it personally instead of scientifically, and this complete shitpost got closer to the goal than either of the ones that actually took effort. It's baffling. Matt understood the assignment without even understanding what it was about the assignment that he understood in the first place. True art can't be calculated. A Pokemon that perfectly encapsulates Markiplier's sexual preferences can't be calculated. But to really understand why, I want to take you back about 30 years into the past. The year is 1993. Russian artists Vitaly Komar and Alexander Melamed have a very simple but very thought-provoking idea. Politicians and companies use polls to see what people want. What's stopping artists from doing the same? They ran surveys on a significant enough number of people to collect data on the area's most common artistic preferences. What do you like? What do you dislike? Realistic or abstract? Sharp angles or curves? Do you want it more or less historical? More or less religious? And so on and so forth until they gathered up enough data to mash it together into this painting, the most wanted painting in America. A realistic landscape with a blue and mountainous background, some wildlife, a tree, a hiking family, and George Washington. Just George Washington.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
They used the same method with people from other countries and ended up with mostly the same results. Realistic landscapes, blue undertones, and some kind of popular figure from each country, whether it be America's first president, literal Jesus, or an actual other painting of a guy from China. They all present the same premise. Here are the things you like. That means you should like this. They even did the same with music, collaborating with a neuroscientist named Dave Soldier to create a song titled The Most Wanted Song. Very original. For every most wanted piece they made, there was an accompanying most unwanted. Funnily enough, the pieces made from everything people don't want are arguably more interesting. The most wanted painting is an abstract field of geometric shapes with an unsettling black vignette surrounding it. The most unwanted song is 20 minutes long, filled with jarring tone shifts and musical elements that really should not mesh the way they do here. But those are way off topic from what we're discussing here, so they'll be best saved for another day. Now is a good time to tell you to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it, because when that video drops, it's gonna be a fucking doozy. As for all the aforementioned work by Komar and Melamed, I recommend watching Solar Sand's video, The Most Wanted Paintings. Link in the description or right there. His was my main inspiration for making this video in the first place. One quote from it that sticks out to me is this.
The Most Wanted song is a perfectly fine piece of music.
Fine. The song is fine. These paintings are fine. And these Pokemon are fine. But none of them accomplish what they set out to do. These paintings are nice looking, and they all have elements of things everyone wants to see, but they lack the necessary cohesion you get from a human touch. The song sounds okay, but if you were to play it overhead in a retail store, no one would so much as blink at it. It's generic. It's formulaic. It's mechanical. The most notable thing you'll gather from listening to it is, that guy really wants to be Bruce Springsteen. The overall feel of it is just too manufactured. These Pokemon are attractive. I'll be the first to say it. I lost what was left of my shame a long time ago. Somewhere between reacting to a man grabbing a swarm of bees with his bare hands and watching Going Overboard by Adam Sandler for a podcast nobody listened to. And that movie was awful. I have no dignity left to preserve. I'd fuck them. But I'm not the target here. Mark is. And he passed. Let's talk about the most unwanted song a little more. Generic, popular instruments from the time, an uninspired guitar solo, singers that just kind of sing the song. Humans notice this shit on a subconscious level. To the average unfeeling scientist in the process of designing it, that stuff slips through. But the consumer picks up on it. It's so soulless and mechanical that instead of being greatest hit material, it falls flat, to the degree where it becomes more of a parody of itself than anything. And I think that's really what was more or less the point of the experiment. They knew. They knew you can't make something truly appealing when you approach it by only taking facts and statistics into consideration. As said before, MatPat briefly mentioned the same. Komar and Melamed took that knowledge and used it to poke fun at the concept. MatPat took that knowledge and made this.
I mean, he is a self-proclaimed raging narcissist after all.
That makes this that much funnier. MatPat's not an idiot. He knows his friend. Even if it's subconscious, he knew the body type to give this unholy freak of nature to make it start to actually accomplish his goal. They were so caught up in the statistics behind what they were doing in the process of making it that they actually forgot to give it the same trait that Mark showed he is the most attracted to, which is height.
8 feet tall? Are you kidding me? 8 feet? What the fuck?
If you walk away from this video with anything, I want you to walk away from it with this. You can't place George Washington in the middle of a painting without a damn good reason for him being there. Unless your name is like Katy Perry or Kesha or something, you can't plaster together a bunch of pop cliches and make everyone's favorite song. And you can't make the most desirable character from aspects of other characters you want to fuck. The point is that in the art world, embracing your humanity is the key to getting it right. And in not doing so, you will quite literally miss the mark. I'll see myself out.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Goodbye, thanks for watching, and get the hell out of my house. Why do you do what you do? What? I mean, surely you haven't been doing all of this because you enjoy it. Look at yourself, Dan. You're miserable. Of course, I'm miserable. But I can't avoid this. It's the only way I can finally get some peace. Beta, do you really still think that's true? What are you saying? When do you think enough is going to be enough? The multiverse is infinite. He's stringing you along. This isn't going to stop until the day you keel over and die. Then what the fuck do you want me to do? There are others out there that can help you. Just please hold out for a while longer. Who am I talking to? Someone who cares. Dan, you okay in there? Yeah, I'm fine. I promise. Is someone in there with you? No, I'm just talking to myself. Dan, it's really late. Please come to bed. Yeah, I'm right behind you. When I get my hands on you, I'm going to kill you. And next time, I won't miss.